Hello, good evening, everybody. Welcome to America's Third Party's special kitchen, David's Kitchen, where I broadcast our show from 5 to 6 doing cooking. And today I've got some pretty good stuff. Welcome anybody who's watching. We've got the C box up and running for people who are our guests who want to remain anonymous. And we've got our regular viewers. Sir Waffles is in. Hi, Sir Waffles. Longtime viewer and supporter. So today we're going to be making something that you can put in the refrigerator or freezer and pull it out anytime you need it for dinner or lunch. And this is a big rice dish. So I'm going to get started making the rice. Grabbing my 2 bags. I picked up some non-GMO rice. It's important to start looking for non-GMO when you buy these things. The GMO free right there. See that? That's the brown rice, and then I've got white rice I mixed with it, which is also non-GMO. See that right there? Kind of cool. So it's important to not get genetically modified anything because the studies have proven that the material in that rice could be toxic, like glyphosate. Certain products are designed to receive more and more herbicides than others, and GMO is not good. So again, no GMO or GMO free. All right, so I'm going to get started with the ricer. Can you grab an onion from over there? Thank you. I'm going to get the ricer going. When I load the rice into a sifter, and this is the size rice sifter I use every time I make a large amount of rice. And what I do is put the white rice in the bottom.
Oh,
Was there another bag of white rice? Huh.
is there another bag of white rice?
Yeah, I'm just trying to see. Okay, I guess not. I thought there was. All right. Hello. Okay, so I'm going to put the white rice at the bottom, half white rice and half brown rice. Sarah's here, and she's going to be just peeling the outer husk on the onion. I'm going to go ahead and put the white rice at the bottom because that's going to sit at the top of the ricer. So about halfway full. Then I'm going to cover it with the brown rice, which is a lot longer cooked. So that brown rice goes down face first into the ricer, and it will be cooked first because it takes a little longer to cook brown rice. I am going to wash this out, so I'm going to pivot my camera over here and show you how I'm going to rinse it. It's really important to rinse the rice. If you don't rinse the rice, you could have arsenic in it. Arsenic is common in the soil, and rice requires a lot of water to grow. So they say rice in general has more arsenic in it. So it's important to wash your rice off really well. Okay, doing a good job of rinsing it off. Good. All right. Filtered water is best. White rice pays, yes. We've got the C box, Whatever you say there won't be used against you unless you're threatening me or someone who's very important.
And then we'll just remove you. Well, it's not like whatever.
Yeah. Okay, so I've got my handy dandy atomizer. I'm going to plug my ricer in.
You want carrots?
Yeah, if you could go to the other refrigerator and pull out about 3 big carrots, that'd be great. Or 2, actually. 2 big ones. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and line the bottom of this with olive oil, extra virgin. Spraying it on the bottom. There we go. Nice. You can get that I have some food I want to get rid of, so celery, onion,
And
two carrots. Thank you. All right. Thank you, Sarah.
you need to peel those.
No, I got it. I'll take it from here. You can relax. You've been busy all day. But I do need my peeler. It's not going to grow.
Usually, it's usually over there, but I don't know. Did I peel something recently? Not that I remember.
Okay.
Oh, wait, it is.
Oh, there it is. Okay, thank you.
Excellent.
All right, so these are organic carrots. The celery and onions are not organic, but it doesn't matter. Just shoot for the best. That's my point. I'm going to go ahead and peel the carrots. This dinner is going to require 2 onions, 2 carrots, and 2 stalks of celery.
Do you need another onion?
I will later. Not right now. And some garlic, if you've got garlic. I'm using crushed garlic tonight. It's already in the container. I don't know if you guys remember the garlic from California before all the garlic dried up and got burned. You remember the good old days when California actually had food growing? I know. Okay. Now, what I try to do is put a layer of vegetables on the bottom that are affordable, and frankly, carrots, onions, and celery are about as affordable as you get. And I recommend buying in bulk if you do. Go ahead and bisect these things like that. And then what you're going to do is dice them. Be very careful not to cut yourself. So many chefs cut. If you've got a big stock, you want to cut that again. Bisect it. I see so many chefs get careless on TV. I mean, we're talking Food Network, and they cut themselves. Bobby Flay cut himself on one of the top shows. Go for about a 1/4 inch on the carrots, and those go down in your ricer first. They're the first item to go in there. Now, these ricers are readily available. They are really good. I don't know if you can see them back there. They're full units that plug in, and they have a warmer and a cooking feature. And they're readily available at stores. If you want to buy them for less, you can do that at a thrift store. Okay, so I'm going to take these celery stalks, which I have here, and just dice them up just like I did the carrots. Basically, there's a lot of cooked vegetables going in here. Good roughage, too. The celery offers a lot of fiber. You don't have to pull the threads off. Sometimes I pull the threads off on celery, but the side of it, you don't have to do that. Okay. All right. You take the onion. Do the same with that. Of course, it takes a lot longer for most people to cut because I've been cooking for about 50 years. So when you get good with knives, knowing what you're doing, everything's so simple, it's like ridiculous. All right, so we're going to put the onion in on top of all that. Basically a bed of vegetables at the bottom of the ricer. I'm going to take Italian seasoning. Got some up here. There we go. Italian seasoning. And shake a layer on top, covering all the vegetables. About a 1/4 of a teaspoon. Okay, take your rice and invert it right on top of that. Boom, like that. All right. Now you can take some chicken broth, which costs about $1, organic free-range chicken broth. You don't have to get organic, but I highly recommend getting chicken broth. And pour it on top. All right. We're not taking calls during the cooking show, as you know, so. All right, this is working out great. People can chat. I'm going to take 2 teaspoons full of this garlic. Put it on top of the rice. Now that would be about a half a bulb of garlic. So far our vegetables are $1. This is $1, the chicken broth. The rice is $1. I'm going to add some salt to this dish to cook it. And one of the things I've used is anything that's got like salt in it, like soup or something. In this particular case, I've got red clam sauce. Now, it's going to make a nice little fried rice because red will be great. And you can use it, about $1 will get you a can of onion soup or clam sauce or anything. There's $1 for clam sauce over at, for clams. Hang on. Sorry, I don't take calls during the cooking show. You'll have to not call. I'm going to take that clam sauce. Now, there's about 1,000 milligrams of salt in here. I'm going to take the clam sauce and pour it on top of the entire dish of rice. And that gives it the fish base that we're going to use for the surf and turf rice. Fill the can up with water. Whatever can you use. Onion soup works great. And pour that on top of the entire menagerie until you get your water up to about the lip of your ricer. Right about that top of the lip. See how high that is? Turn it on, full steam ahead. We're ready to go. All right. So we were $1 for vegetables, $1 for chicken broth, $1 for soup, at $3. Then I have $2 worth of shrimp right here. Now this is Indonesian shrimp, which is pretty good, 51 count. They're fairly big. They're going to be cooking on a skillet next to the steak I purchased. Now I purchased a $2 steak here. It's $3.37. You see, $3.37 minus $1 for the sticker off. That's perfectly fresh. Northwest chuck shoulder steak, boneless. So I am going to take and cut that steak up on a plate into small cubes. Taking it out of the pack, laying it out. Yeah, and if you can buy cube steak for stewing, works okay too, so you don't have to actually cut it. Say you have an aversion to cutting meat. Now the steak is pretty fresh. Meow, I hear you. What's going on? Amber is meowing. She does that on occasion. Trying to figure out why my face. There it is. I'm looking at the camera. It's like whenever time I look away, it looks like I'm not looking at the camera. Okay, this is of no value. This is an old container of Dannon yogurt that we picked up. I stretch my mayonnaise out with half and half non-fat yogurt, plain, and half mayonnaise, and it saves calories. It really does. If you want to lose weight, you don't want to eat mayonnaise straight up. Now, expired food stuff is normally pretty decent, but it could also be a cover for that person who's been stalking us, too. Yeah, thank you, Scissor Fight. I have not had any GMOs so far, the rice or the chicken. There is possibility of GMO celery, but I don't think so. The onions, I want to remind you, they're not organic, but they're non-GMO. The onions are. No, cube steak, not pube steak, Chris. Yeah, there's no such thing as pube steak. Cube steak doesn't work very well. The chicken, I don't have any chicken. The rice is not GMO. I have chicken broth, organic, non-GMO chicken broth. Were you not paying attention? See that? And that's not just normal chicken broth. Those chickens were out there free range. They lived a good life before they were turned into broth. Yeah. Ethically raised chickens. So as you know, the rice cooker takes a long time, so I went into kind of a stall mode where I can take a little time to cook the steak and put an onion in with the steak. So I'm going to do that as well. You lost 10 pounds, 60 pounds in the last 2 years? Juno, that's amazing. I hope you're okay, you know. They lived large, yes. There's no doll hair. This is this is my hair when I use a volumizing shampoo. Yeah, it's perfectly fine. You'll see it in the other room. It looks great. Okay. Grabbing another onion here from my onion bag of non-GMO onions. I was surprised I could find non-GMO onions. It was kind of cool. I was like, Sarah, there's non-GMO onions. And they were like $1.69 or something. Okay, I've got another onion here, and I'm going to dice that up for the steak. I'm going to cook it with the steak on this burner over here. These are the containers I have for my frozen meals. These are microwavable containers sold by Ziploc. I don't recommend using microwavable containers per se. I prefer ceramic. What I usually do is pop them out and put them right on a stove, frozen, and then put a little water in there and you rehydrate it and you're back up to already cooked rice. The nice thing about doing the rice ahead of time is you don't have to mess with it. It takes a long time when making your meals. And if your family just wants a basic starch and some good roughage for the day, this method is actually safer and faster than a locomotive. More powerful. No, this is actually just faster than a potato once you have it in the freezer. Okay, same kind of dice on the onions. So the steak was $2 and the rice or the shrimp was $2. That's kind of nice. And these will add a lot of flavor and texture to this meal. And I was toying between the idea of separating the two meals, but then I realized, well, why don't I just cook them together and make surf and turf? It's a lot easier for me. And frankly, I don't think I have the time. That burner's going on high. Let's get the pan on. There we go. Yeah. Let's throw some oil on that warm pan once it's warm. I've got some Colavati, one of the Colavita rather, extra virgin olive oil, one of the finest olive oil manufacturers in the world. I got those for a SON $3.50 for a container of those. Well, I noticed that too. Clever. Yeah. Clever cutting. Cleaver cutting onions. That's right. Not clever. It's cleaver. Beaver cleaver. Tinky Winky. That's tangential. No, I buy my oil whenever I see great deals. So I bought this Calavita for $3.50 for that whole container. 1 quart, 1 liter actually. Okay, the oil is going in the pan. There we go. I'm going to be flavoring this with a little bit of hot sauce. You can use chimichurri, which is a great product if you ever see it. I've got some Cajun McCormick. Cajun, this is an idea. You can use taco sauce, hot sauce, whatever you want to flavor the steak with. You don't have to use a lot of salt. Just a little bit is good. If you salt your meat too much, it will actually get tough. Meat cooks much more tough when it's salted. This has got a lot of good marbling in it. So I'm going to cut these pieces down to about cube size. So here I am keeping it away from the breadboard because I don't want to actually hurt the breadboard. You can contaminate a breadboard rather quickly. Anytime you get sinew like in here, you want to pull that out. You don't want to eat that. Otherwise, somebody's going to be sitting there with, this meat or the sinew in their mouth, and pretty soon they'll wonder if this is even a meal. You don't want people to get stuck up on the sinew, but you can use the sinew if you want. Put it in the pan. Get that temperature up to level 6. We're going to cook this meat really quickly. The shrimp takes much less time than the meat, and it'll be a very interesting mix of the two. Surf and turf taste is incredible. You want to get that carbonized taste on the meat, though, first. So as soon as that oil's hot, I'm going in there with the onions and more garlic. So if you're a big garlic person, you're going to have to be crushing garlic while I'm doing nothing here. I'm glad you're in there talking. Appreciate it. Yeah, we had a little problem last night. iVlog was not populated. We were wondering what the heck's going on. People don't want to watch our show? Yes. A little concerned that iVlog may be censoring me as well. That's a little concerning me. Yeah, I wouldn't want iVlog to censor me. I'm going to put those sinews in there for flavor. My mother used to actually eat the fat off the steak. She'd carbonize it on the grill. It would be kind of tasty. But I never got into that. I never really wanted to get heart disease. So I told her, no, I think I'm going to pass on the cholesterol. Thank you. Oh, I love the sound of steak grilling. I can't wait to get this in there. Okay, I'm going to throw all the sinew in there in the oil. Pretty cool. And these chunks have to be small enough to actually be in the rice dish. So if somebody's going to get a piece of meat when they eat that rice, you have to get it small enough so it spreads out among 7 meals. Okay. Cool. Okay, I'm going to throw the onion in on top of that sinew. And I've got a really high flame, so we're going to work that up, and I'm going to throw the meat in with the other meat, but I'm going to put it on the side so I don't eat the sinew. I can go right on top of the onions. And like I said, you can use a little chimichurri in there or a little bit of Lowry seasoning salt. That works. I used a tablespoon of chimichurri and a little red pepper. You could also put paprika on there for flavor. Okay, Sarah's here. So are you warm enough in that jacket?
Mm-hmm.
That's a good jacket. I picked it up for $1.
It's a wool jacket.
Yeah, check out the jacket I got, Sarah, for $1. It's pretty amazing. Let me go full on this. They were having a sale at $1 sale for all the clothing. It's a beautiful wool jacket. It's kind of it's all 100% wool. I know. I got that at the thrift store for $1. I couldn't believe it. It's great.
You like pork? Chris likes pork, and somebody said it's a man's jacket. I don't think it's a man's jacket.
It's a nice jacket. Whatever.
I just know it's a warm jacket.
We're not into gender typing here. I'm going to stir everything right now. Keeping the sinew away. I don't want to eat sinew. All right. Now this is a wonderful rice thing. I'm going to go ahead and drain the rice. I pulled it right out of the freezer, so it still has some ice cubes in here. the rice has to be cooked in two sections. So because this has all got shells on it, I'm going to go ahead and just put it right on top of that sinew in the back of the pan. So right over there. That's going in on the other side of the dish. And once they cook for about 7 to 10 minutes, I can then pull them out and they'll be done. You have to rotate them a couple times, but then they'll be done and I'll shell them. Okay. And I'm going to take all the food and mix it together with the rice and make a surf and turf rice and shrimp and beef dish. So it should be good.
Nice.
Yeah.
Very good, David.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
I was thinking pork. If we're going to do pork, it would have been a different flavoring, and I probably would have gone in a different direction with.
Yeah, I like this idea of surf and turf.
Yeah, I would have used peppers if it was pork.
Yeah.
Okay, good.
Very good. Do you need me to do anything to get the compost for you?
Yeah, I suppose. This dish is gonna. Yeah. I was thinking of adding peas to the dish when I was thinking of it originally, but I think where it is now is perfect. So this way I'm at $7 for 7 meals.
Wow.
Yeah. And it's
amazing
cooking.
What David does with little money.
Got 30 minutes left on the rice.
Very good. It's just, prep and then cook time is, the rest of it. That's good. Yeah, I'll put this.
Yeah.
Do we have a
Here's a clip. All right. This can take a clip. Yeah, so the rice stretches out a long, long time. You could really get a lot of use out of the rice. Those will be meals many times in the future. It does smell great here. Yeah. Things are cooking. Okay, we give that another stir. Oh, yeah, everything's great. The meat's getting cooked nice. Keeping the shrimp separate. The shrimp's going to take about 10 minutes. The meat will be done in about 15. And this entire dish will be able to bring together into a complete meal. I've got a big bowl for all this stuff.
Oh, wow.
I'm going to use the big one. I'm going to pull it out. Thank you. Okay. Yeah, I've got a big bowl from way back. It's a Corral, I think. We've had this since the 70s.
That's classic.
Classic, yeah.
Well, rice used to be cooked a little tricky for David even to cook until he got this rice cooker.
Yeah.
The cool thing about the rice cooker is isn't it 1 part rice, 2 parts water? And then you put it on cook and it just like automatically shuts off and goes to warm once it's cooked.
Yeah, it'll shut off when it reaches that certain temperature and then it goes to warm. And then that way you won't burn your rice.
It's a really cool rice cooker. I like it.
And they're all available now. You can buy these things or you can get them at a thrift store for $5. They're very affordable. And
the rice cookers.
The rice cookers are. And they are energy efficient.
Yeah.
So you can spend a good hour on the stove cooking rice in a saucepan.
Yeah, that's true.
I'll be right back. Sarah's going to...
Yeah, so rice is, but what these... Well, I would say it's more energy efficient than... I don't know if it is Energy Star rated, but I would definitely say it's way more energy efficient than cooking rice, the traditional route on boiling it on the stove or whatever. Scissor Fight, your wife has 2 rice cookers. Well, brown rice has some nutrition. White rice, I would agree with you about white rice not having a lot of good nutrition, but brown rice actually does have some nutrition. And that's why David always does kind of like a mixture. He does white rice and brown. And the thing is, white rice does have a lot of carbs in it, sugars, things like that. It's all carbs, I know. Scissor Fight has a wife? Yes, I know. You like the red, black, and white, wild brown and brown rice. Yeah. You can make your own instant rice if you have a dehydrator. Interesting time for ATP. Hello. Hello, $1 million mark. Yeah. David, did he turn on the stove? You mean turn on the heat on the stove? Yeah. So the stove is going well. I'm not cold at all. Hmm. All right. Am I going to eat this meal? Yes, I will eat David's rice.
Okay, we can turn everything off
Okay.
except the rice herb.
So the shrimp are done?
Shrimp are done.
Oh, yeah.
They're nice and pink. So I'm gonna let the shrimp just sit there in the warm water or the hot water, and then I'll pull the sinews out because I don't want to. I just used some of that meat for flavoring, but you can feed a dog with that. The dog would eat that. The dog would eat the sinew if you had a dog.
Or you can feed it to your worm in a worm composter.
Your worms, yeah.
Worms actually do eat those things.
Okay, I'm going to pull the rice out, or the shrimp. Rice is still cooking. Pulling the shrimp out.
I wouldn't call it a risotto. I don't know. Would you?
No.
I probably wouldn't.
Rice is not risotto. Risotto is a type
risotto.
of meat.
No, risotto is a rice. Well, let me find out.
Well, let's look it up, shall we?
How to make risotto.
The risotto is mushy.
It always has a rice taste.
It does. I thought risotto was like crushed wheat.
David thought risotto was like a pasta.
Like a pasta that's crushed. That was my impression. Couscous, however, is different. No, couscous is the same thing. Couscous is a crushed wheat as well. Okay, so that'll just sit in its own heat. I'm going to let that cool off right there. This is all the shrimp. So I'll put it on the platter, and you can watch the shrimp cool off.
Mushrooms.
Risotto.
It's arborio rice. Is what risotto is. Arborio rice.
Oh, so it is a rice.
Excuse me. And it's white
arborio.
wine and sea salt and.
I learned something today. Thank you. I've never cooked the arborio rice. I've just purchased brown rice, organic brown or non-GMO. So I suppose if you're getting not like genetically modified risotto, you'd be kind of worse than what I'm cooking. Okay, good to know. So the type of rice is amaretto?
All right, let's see.
Sarah's been watching this show on Netflix. What's the name of it?
The Chase?
The Chase, yeah, it's really good. It's an amazing trivia challenge show called The Chase. And you compete against this super smart guy. I mean, he's really got trivia down pat. And it's kind of nice to have that type of mental stimulation going on in the evening. When I get done with the show, I come in and I'm challenging my mind constantly. They say if you use your mind, it's like a muscle. It helps prevent it from getting cerebral problems, like Alzheimer's.
So first you make a sofrito, toasting the rice, and then you add in the broth a scoop at a time.
Oh, so you brown the rice first. Oh, that's how they do it. Gotcha. Nice. Keeps that texture. I need to read it.
Okay, sorry.
Yeah. Like I'm talking to the screen here. Okay. The shrimp ate the ocean cockroaches. Nice, Juno. Rice was grown all through the South before the Civil War. Yes, indeed it was. Y'all right about that? Yep. It has a nutty flavor,
Yeah, the trivia show with the big British guy. Yeah.
When I watch Chef Ramsay and he sees some nincompoop do the rice, he goes, "The rice is mushy," and he screams. You ever seen that?
Yeah.
The risotto is mushy. Yeah, do I? Thank you. Well, it's kind of nice to be in your own kitchen with someone who you care about, talking to people who are watching a show in perpetuity. Some of our viewers in 2050 are enjoying the golden age of video chat. Thank you for watching. And we're trying to help the world get better by 2050 so you don't have to live in a polluted hellhole. All right, I'm going to get my hands off and pull the shells off of the...
Wow, Kardashian. No, this is David's real hair.
My real hair, yeah.
Real hair tonight.
So I'm going to pull the shells off of these little guys. It's really easy. And then I'm going to cut them in half when I'm done, just because I want it to spread out among the dishes. Otherwise, everybody gets big rice or big shrimp.
Pieces of shrimp. Yeah. He wants people to get little pieces of shrimp.
I want everybody to have a little shrimp and a little beef. That's my goal.
Little shrimp, little beef.
It's a surf and turf rice, fried rice. Yes, indeed, my own concoction. You know, that clam sauce I put in there is going to make that rice taste so good. I can't even describe it.
No, this is my coat.
The clam sauce is going to be
incredible. Yeah. It is kind of almost like a risotto. Except, risotto has white wine or something.
I often wondered if the people who are fishing the shrimp in Indonesia are suffering. Are they making like $1 a day and living in squalor? And the more I found out that they really are, yeah. They're just living, they're barely surviving.
What somebody asked, what decade were the shrimp caught?
This was
recent.
This
is pretty recent.
Yeah,
this isn't. David did not pull this out of his Y2K collection.
No, this is frozen Indonesian shrimp. You can't pull that out of a Y2K collection.
What do you think, Stretch?
Can't compare. I am going to go ahead and put the shrimp shells in the compost heap. Look at all those shrimp shells.
There you go.
If I was a compost bug, I'd be happy.
Compost bug?
Yes. I was thinking you're writing a story about what it's like to be would be a great children's story to have a fly meet a drone.
I think I saw this fly that only had one wing in the bathroom.
Really?
Yeah, I was going to kill it, but then I saw it only had one wing, and I said,
seriously?
This poor fly only has one wing.
We have a fly that's mutated from the chemtrails or something, and there's this. He's been living in our house.
Killed this one fly.
Yeah,
anyway,
I wonder if he's a mutated fly. You saw that, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Totally mutated fly.
She saw either it's a different fly or it's the same fly, but I think that there's mutations going on. Yeah. Anyway, wouldn't it be a great children's story to have a fly meet a drone, like a drone fly meets a regular fly, and it would be the world of the fly meeting the drone? I mean, Yoko Ono could do
Lord
this.
Of the Flies. That was a horrible book.
I wouldn't even want to read it. I won't. Yeah, I remember people told me don't read The Lord of the Flies because it's a waste of time. But it's probably a great read for some people. Yeah.
It's about boys that get trapped on an island and then they start. It's an island that has pigs and some kids.
TMI. I'm sorry. I reached the TMI point. I just lost interest. I'm sorry. Okay. Great. Well, we're ready to go. We're going to cut the rinse my hands off again and cut the shrimp in half.
There are, I don't think there are any Y2K ingredients in this.
No, I did use.
Now, if you wanted to be real frugal, you'd cut them in half along the spine. Not frugal, but so that it appears like people are getting whole shrimp, but they're really getting half.
So Sarah's suggesting this is a good idea, actually, going this way. That way, everybody thinks they're getting shrimp. But they both get a little piece. That's a great idea for you. You see, that's an innovative thought. I didn't even think of that. And it presents very well, especially when you're starving and you're living out of your freezer in the future apocalypse. I'm preparing the apocalypse meal here.
Oh, very good, Juno.
All right. I'm going to put that right back in with the meat on the stove just to keep it hot. I'm going to pull that sinew stuff out because I don't want to eat that.
Thank you.
I think I should give it to a dog, though. No, I might gnaw on it a little later.
You give it to your cat or something?
No, I may just gnaw on it myself, or like, instead of eating gum, eat some sinew.
Ew, gross. You know?
Oh, did I mention the gum word? I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Sarah just informed me that she just got disgusted with the word gum. Now, the reason why she hates gum is because it's plastic.
Well, actually, that's not the reason I hate gum.
Oh no! Tell us what the reason.
I actually wrote a story about the reason I hate gum.
Okay.
I should bring up my story anyway. But basically, long story short, I used to like gum when I was like in third grade. Mm-hmm. I liked gum. It was no problem.
You liked gum?
Yeah, and it was like a special treat. I wouldn't have it all the time.
Right.
Anyway, why I hate gum? I got a bad ear infection. And the doctor said, "What flavor of medicine would you like?" And I liked gum so much, I said, "Bubble gum."
Oh my God.
And then I had to have the medicine every day for like 2 or 3 weeks. And I grew, and then.
That's horrible. That's aversion therapy.
Oh, God.
You had aversion therapy to gum. It was bubble gum taste. Oh, that's so gross.
It was awful.
Yeah.
And the thing is, and it is made of plastic and rubber. It's awful. And the thing is, when I had that ear infection, the doctor's like, "Does this hurt?" And he moved my ear down. And I'm like, "You touching it hurts, let alone bending it in half."
Right.
I mean, it was awful.
Well, I'm so glad that you shared that story. Gum is plastic. People put plastic in their mouth. I'd rather eat that beef sinew.
Yeah.
I wouldn't give it to the cat because she'd end up choking or something. She likes doing this for some reason. She's very rarely ever done this. This is a first for her, where she doesn't just jump out of my arms. I'm serious. In 15 years, this is the first for her.
Here next to you.
Okay, here we go.
She doesn't have anywhere to go.
But no, she normally just starts scratching me. She's got her. I better wash my hands in case I put the cat in the food. Don't want to walk around at food cooking with a cat shedding. You don't want to put cat hair in your food. I know. She likes the smell of this.
Maybe she does. Maybe that's it.
Okay. Well, this is awesome. It's almost done. Once it's done, it goes in the big bowl, and I mix it all together. And I'm thinking, should I make some green peas for this or not? Or I've got some organic green peas that might be a nice rice bluff. Should I press 1 if I should make green peas and add this green pea to the dish?
Yes.
Don't press anything if you don't want that. No. One, yeah. Let's do green.
Just Soviet spy and Chuck Kelly.
Let's do that.
Okay, Ike Lou says yes. You guys are hilarious. 11111. That's so funny. Okay, he's getting the green peas. You can stop pressing 1 now.
Okay, I gotta tell people if they have a Costco membership, this product.
You guys never heard me talking about our eating sinew when I first came in.
You must have liked the sinew discussion. Yeah. If you're a Costco member, you got to get the deal they have. Organic green peas. It's so great. I mean, we got this bulk. I don't know what we paid, $5.79 or something. It's ridiculously low priced. 5 pounds. It's less than $1.20 a pound. So it's an organic peas, really good quality. Welcome everybody on UHF. I'm going to go ahead and put the peas in here. And I think in this instance, I am going to zap it in the other room. Because if you want to make peas quickly, you've got to zap it, unfortunately. And I don't want to zap it around this signal, so I think if I do it in the other room, it might work. Because I really am kind of crunched for time here.
Now he's got down to the wire. Now that he had decided to add green peas in the last 10 minutes of the show.
Yeah, that's about 8 ounces of peas. That'll work. And I'll just zap it in the other room with some fresh filtered water.
Fantastic.
Okay. You can steam them pretty easily. What I do is I take a plate and put it on top, like that. And just throw it in the microwave with a little water in it.
It's pretty funny, Dylan. Yeah, the rice. It's really cool how this rice cooker works. It has a little hole in it. So the steam just comes out of this hole, and the rice slowly like goes to the top and works its magic.
Your waffle video was so popular, but people didn't like the camera, so I went with this camera. People didn't like the camera of the waffle one. It was the bubble eye camera was it was hard to see everything, but they loved the waffle video.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, Tyler said it was one of his favorites. So pretty cool. Yeah. It's funny these things keep popping out. All right. Well, we're reaching the end of the road with the rice over here. So, well, look at how it's popping right up. Yeah, it'll go right up almost to the top when it completely fills up. So, okay, I'm gonna get my coat on, my shirt tied.
All right.
Well, I think that coat is really awesome. I got your sister one too at the same time, I recall, for $1. It was like the best wool coat day on earth. By the way, I took a bunch of stuff to the recycler to the thrift store today.
Oh.
That we had.
Nice.
Yeah, stuff that was in the garage.
Wow. That's fantastic.
So I got rid of all that. I'm clearing it, kind of cleared it away.
I like
Making
getting rid
space.
of stuff.
I know. It's so great to get rid of stuff.
It's such a nice feeling.
Mm-hmm.
Like, oh, yeah.
So I guess Steve Bannon softened his tone today and is no longer going after Trump like he was when he was talking to the writer of a book. So I guess he doesn't want to be sued for libel, or the author of the book is going to be sued for libel. But Trump is categorically denying that, Steve Bannon says that. But Steve Bannon said it, and the guy has a recording of it. So, and apparently he had he had access to the West Wing of the White House, this author. And he stands by his story. So it's going to be interesting to see if Trump can wiggle his way out of this one. No, I am not. Yeah, well, ramen is actually pretty full of fluoride, from what I understand. They tested it out. It had a high level of fluoride in it. I don't know why. Maybe because all the college students are eating ramen and they want to keep them dumb. Like living on ramen. This is a George coat made in, I guess it was originally a good company that sold to Walmart. George is the brand. Yeah. Okay, I guess we're almost done. I'm going to go ahead and put the plate here. You can put a burner under this too. This is a Corel it's completely safe for the top of a stove as long as it's a glass top. So I'm going to go ahead and run that on low for a little while, kind of get the thing warmed up. And the ricer goes off when it's ready. So it knows when it's ready. So hopefully it'll click off right around the top of the hour, so we can just start the show over in the other room. Trump could wiggle his way at anything, yeah. He's good. He's a good side talker. Yeah, he learned in New York how to do this. I must say that Trump is a survivor, and he's done his routine all his life, and he's definitely holding his own. So hats off to Trump in his attempt to defend himself against all the true allegations that are spinning. Yeah. Well, I'd like to see him pass an infrastructure bill, frankly, Matt, Professor, because our entire the state economies are collapsing. They can't run under the democratically led. Yeah, this area is brushed. Yeah, if I brushed it the other way, it would be different. You'll see it. It's coming in. Thank you, though. Frugal Gourmet tip, try a low-cost charcuterie board. Oh, really? Let's take a look. I'm sorry, I'd have to reload that in Firefox. Some of these things just don't come in. I think if you get rid of the JPEG at the end, it might pop in. There it is. Okay. You know, that's a little heavy for travel. But that looks like a dinner for a dog. The board is plastic, right? Is that correct? Yeah, I prefer wood. Wood chopping boards are so much better. I mean, even on road trips. The risotto is mushy. Okay. Cook. It's almost ready. It's coming into an end. All right, I'm going to go ahead and load this into the pan. I'm going to spray it with a little oil first. And I am ready to go. I'm going to drop it right in on top of the bottom of that pan. It's just going to face down into that pan. Make sure that I've got my mittens on, because it's very hot, these ricers. Okay.
Yeah, keep your face away. Always open when you open it.
Yeah, don't
make sure it's opening toward the back.
I'm going to drop it right in there. Ta-da! Ta-da! Wow, that was exciting. I'm going to lift it up and see all those steamed vegetables are done inside. You can see inside there's all these steamed vegetables.
It's cool how you put you cook the vegetables at the bottom and they just cook with the rice.
Yeah, that's exactly right. And if you have any at the bottom, if you catch it at the right time, it doesn't burn. And I'm going to put this on the stove and let it kind of sit with the combined shrimp and meat all mixed in. And then once it's kind of sitting for a while, it warms up and the rice gets more tender. And there's plenty of water in there, fluid, especially when I put this on top. So now I'm adding the pan, and I've got the rice, or rather the shrimp on one side and the beef on the other. And I'm just going to mix them both together and rotate them into the meal, dropping all that in there, and then gently pressing inside the rice. And then, Sarah, if you could get me one of those dinner plates, that'd be great. I'm mixing it all up as much as I can. Do a nice gentle mix, keeping everything kind of openly proportional. And then cover it up. And we'll put it right back on the stove, and we'll warm it on melt for the next, say, half an hour. And after it sits there for a while, it will be absolutely perfect. And I'll be able to portion it out into the individual plastic container. So we won't do that till later.
Yeah, but see, he makes these big rice meals. There's just two of us, but he made enough to serve like 7 meals. And then I put these, and they're freezable and microwavable. And so then I have my own, it's like making your own pre-made frozen dinner. So then I can just take one of these out of the freezer, take it with me, and there you go. I've got pre-made lunch ready to go. And
okay,
it's
now this
less...
is the best part about this meal is it's really evenly balanced. I'm going to take the peas that I just steamed in the microwave. I'll drain the fluid out of them. And I'm going to put those right in on top of the entire meal. There we go. And then I'm just going to take and neatly push those peas in, evenly distributed in the meal. And then when you get ready to actually serve it into the different containers, we have the 7 containers ready to go, and we just spoon it out, and it's fantastic. So signing off for a wonderful kitchen experience to make 7 meals that could go in the freezer and can be used at any time in the future. If you just want a light lunch or something to mix with other things, you could pull it right out of the freezer and throw it in a fry pan or microwave it, either way. All right, thanks for watching. I will be back with another show next Thursday, but this will be uploaded tonight around 2-ish in the morning on my YouTube channel. And we'll see you guys in the other room for the start of our show. Thank you. Take care. Good night.